We're on Ketubot, Perek Aleph, Mishnah. Hey, fifth Mishnah, first chapter of Ketubot. We're talking about the concept of ta'anat betulim. That if a husband wakes up after the first morning and finds out his wife didn't have dam betulim, can he claim ta'anat betulim, that she wasn't a virgin and there was a mekach taut or not? So the Mishnah says the following. Ha'ochel eitzel chamib biYehuda shelo be'edim. If someone eats eitzel chamib at his father-in-law's home in Yehuda shelo be'edim, without witnesses, eino yachol liton ta'anat betulim mivnei shemityached ima. Then, after they get married, so what happened was, remember we said they would do the kiddushin in their times well before, much earlier than they did the erusin. The husband, the Baal, would go to the house of the wife. They would do the kiddushin there. Then they would separate. And then they would prepare for the wedding for like better part of a year. And then they would come back to the wife's house and do the nisu'in. The husband would come to the wife's house and build and whatever. They would come together in the middle and do the nisu'in. So apparently they had this custom of ochel eitzel chamib, that sometime during the betrothal period after the erusin, okay, they would eat at the house of the father-in-law in Yehuda. But if you did that shelo be'edim, then eino yachol liton ta'anat betulim. And then afterwards, after the nisu'in, the husband wakes up in the morning and says, "Whoa, you're not a virgin. You can't say ta'anat as mekach taut mipnei shemityached ima," because he would be mityached. Yichud is to be alone with her. What does this mean? The Bartenura says, "Kshayu osim seudat erusin bebeit avi kala b'Yehuda." In Yehuda, in Judea, the practice was when they would do the seudat erusin, the seudah, they would do we would call it nowadays the remnant that we have is called the vart. When they did the vart at the house of the bebeit avi kala, of the father of the kala, hayu nohagin, their custom was she'arus mityached im arusato. They would do yichud kedei sheyeh libo gasbas, so that he would love her. And really interesting, very, very fascinating that there was a practice. I remember we said it was like a business contract. They didn't want it to be a business contract. They wanted to create some kind of relationship. So therefore, they would do yichud mityached. Fikach, therefore, k'sheniset achakach en lo ta'anat betulim. But if you have yichud, then you can't claim afterwards, "Whoa, who are you with?" It was with you. So I looked at a little bit of research. I remember there was this movie, okay, and I saw that there was this practice called bundling, a very ancient practice, the practice of wrapping one person in a bed with another as part of courting behavior. This tradition is thought to have originated either in the Netherlands or in British Isles, and later became common in colonial United States. So they would do in courtship, the aim is to allow intimacy without sexual intercourse. So actually, I saw it in a movie, and where did I see it in? They have where they have references, and I saw it in a movie, right? In, I think, The Patriot, right? One kid is bundled with another. That's where I really came across it. But there's this minhag of wrapping a person in a bed. So in the movie, what they did was they put him in this like sleeping bag and they sewed him up so he couldn't touch her, so that they got to know each other without actually being inappropriate. But there's this idea of yichud sha'arus mityached, and the Mishnah allows for the fact that, and then there's ein ta'anat betulim. So it's probably well known or somewhat understood that if you put a young couple together in a room, let's not be shocked if something happens. Okay, the Mishnah says, Achat almana Yisrael, Achat almanat kohen, ktubatan mana. Whether you're the almana of Yisrael or almana of a kohen, the ketubah is still mana. Remember, said almana is mana. Anyone is not a betulah. But beitin shel kohenim hayu govin lebetulah arba'a me'ot zuz. Remember, we said the minimum was 200 zuz, 200. But the batei of the kohanim, they wanted for their betulot 400 zuz. That was the minimum. V'lo midchu biyadam chachamim. The chachamim lo michu biyadam means they didn't protest. Actually, they were encouraging. They were very happy. The more the merrier. You want to put more value on, so that to raise the stakes, so that a husband would consider more seriously the honor of the Banot Kohanim. Al achad kama v'kama. Chachamim were happy about that. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning. Remember me and my father, As always, you're welcome to learn this and every other Mishnah on our website, mishnah.co. Let's see if I can make this a little bit smaller so you can see it. Yeah, mishnah.co. Have a great day.